Hey you guys, it's your girl Shiny Max. So, we're doing a little something different. I told you every time I do something, I'm going to do something a little different each video if I can. You know, I'm just improving my channel. But the trucks that you guys just seen, there's a lot of talk going around about these coffin liners. I'm looking at some websites where they're saying that they're to cover the casket in case of like flooding issues, and they were saying this isn't like necessarily a plastic casket to fit bodies in, but it's like either way. Like, and I've even seen and I'm going to show you guys, I've even seen where there were images of the actual plastic casket going over the casket. You know, it was covering it up, like sealing it, and it's like, but it's plastic. So, I mean, it's the casket sits inside of a concrete tomb type of thing, sarcophagus type of thing, and the casket liner then goes over it, they clamp it, and that's supposed to be how it goes underground. So, I don't know, but this is, I mean, I have an idea, and that's what I'm here to talk about the depopulation of humans. You know, we know that FEMA and the CDC and the scriptures, even for that matter, has in fact discussed about there being a depopulation of people. They're Georgia guidestones, you know, an image that I showed you guys, that I will be showing you guys, because there will be a part 2 to this. Yes, absolutely. So don't worry, I'm going to break things down as I possibly can, the best way that I can, and try to be as brief as I possibly can. However, ain't no telling how that plays out with my mouth. So, well, like I said, I've been looking at some videos, and I've been seeing these liners, and I have been hearing talks about them being stored on different grounds, and I'm going to show you guys a video of, you know, a gentleman. He's going to go to one of these actual sites where these casket liners are. But the fact of the matter is, one article stood out to me because it says something like, and I'm paraphrasing, don't quote. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do just so I can get it correct what he said, so I don't get nothing misconstrued at all. Okay, I'm going to read this real quick. So he calls himself debunking, okay? But he even had to ask himself this question, because the thing that he asked himself, it didn't even make sense for him. So anywho, he said the FEMA coffin story is basically a misunderstanding of what these things are. What these things were, stored in their thousands, although far less than suggested, in a field in Georgia, which I will be showing you guys that video after I cover this. So it says here, they are actually not coffin or caskets. They are burial vaults. But that's where I was talking about the whole cement thing that the actual casket sits in. They cover that up and sit that in the ground. So it's really anchored by the cement. So even if it was a flood, the casket is not going to move. The water isn't going to move that thick ass thing that, you know, is built for that casket. Is not going to just like float back up off the ground. Now, things perhaps that may have gotten put in that ground before they even invented the whole, or decided to just like, this is the route we're going to take. Don't get, like I said, y'all, like I'm figuring this out as I go, but at the same time, they love to mind trick us, and we got to stay plugged into the word, because the word is going to confirm some things. So we're going to see who's really doing some debunking here, okay? That's why it's like, you know, you can read things, but that's fine. You can read, you can talk, you can tell me whatever, but at the same time, what I'm looking at in reality has most definitely going to compare or pair up to the actual biblical scriptures that talk about this stuff. So he continues on to say, a burial vault is something that a coffin goes in, and is not used for entering people by itself. However, the video I'm going to show you, the man is going to get inside of this thing, you know, and he's like have a lot of room in there. So, I mean, like I said, it could be going either way. Who's going to just be digging up ground, unearthing ground to put this thing, which is plastic, by the way, over other caskets? Or is this some future practice to preserve even the cement thing. Like, it's anchored down with cement. So I don't see how that would really even rise. You know, you have things that are underground right now that is cement built, and it does not rise to the surface. So this is where I'm like, okay, just thinking about the practices of what they've done as far as burial practices, we would know that clearly what he's saying right now, it don't make sense. And that's why he said he didn't even understand why they ordered so many. Well, sir, they order so many because they plan on killing them damn many, okay? And probably times 3, 4, however many bodies can fit in here, okay? So let's get into this, these scriptures. I want to first cover a scripture, and then we're going to jump into this video because I really want you guys to see this video, and I'm sure most of you guys have seen this video, but for those who have not seen the video, I want you guys to know that I have you covered today. All right, let's go. All right, Revelations 13:7 to 13:9. And it says, "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwelled upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear."
I was pulled to the side road, which was a new cut gravel dirt road in front of a business, a builder supply business, actually top-notch builder supply in Madison, Georgia. To my right, this was previously was a soybean field, and this little new cut road divided this field, and the right side of the road was filled with, which I thought was portable toilets. I never looked at them that close. Same in color, maybe black, but which was an odd color. And I was sitting there going over my notes, and a van pulled alongside of me that turned out to be the property owner. And he greeted me, and he was by himself, and so we had a good little dialogue there, and I asked him about the field of black boxes. What were they? Because I'd never seen anything like that, and his statement was that if he told me, I would be one of few people in Madison, Georgia that knew about them. And he says they're disposable coffins, I believe he told me. And he says there's 100, at that time, he said there was 125,000 there. And they were stacked, he told me, 15 high. I asked him who owned them, and he stated that the CDC owned them and that they were leasing the land, leasing his land for storage. And he said his brother worked with the CDC in Atlanta and had been asked by the CDC to do a 3-year extension to place temporary morgues all across the nation.
So in January of this year, 2005, we decided to drive to beautiful Madison, Georgia and take a look for ourselves. It was on a Sunday and no one was around, with the exception of this one pickup truck that was coming out the narrow road that we were going in on next to this field. We flagged down the pickup truck, and it was providential that the driver of this pickup truck turned out to be the son of the man that owned this field. So naturally, we started asking him questions. And he told us that not long ago, there had been as many as 500,000 of these grave liners or disposable coffins. We asked him for permission if we could look around, and he said yes, so we did.
We're just getting an idea for the size of these boxes. What could these boxes be used for? Well, they're called casket liners. And that's an interesting term, isn't it? It's a casket liner. When I first heard the term casket liner, I thought perhaps a lining for a casket. But this is too big to be on the inside of a casket. So certainly this could be used as a casket. This is an inexpensive casket. And you can see the size here. There's lots of room. I think my friends here, we could all probably get inside, and it might be a little cozy, but we'd fit just fine. Which tells me that these liners can be used for more than just one. And one more time, what kind of liners are these?
Casket liners.
These are casket liners.
That's what the man said.
That's what the man told us. And we're told that there are about, well, there were about 500,000 out here.
Later, as I went back to my home office, I spoke of it there, and of course people usually don't want to hear too much about this kind of thing. So it's never been mentioned, publicly, except just here and there, till I went to a luncheon, a fundraiser for Representative Saxby Chambliss. He was running for his second term for the U.S. House of Representatives. And it was a crowd, probably 100, maybe 150. It was congressmen, senators, state senators, and mayors. There was one table we probably had 2 3-star generals and a couple of 1-star with their spouses. So it was a real high-powered meeting. But the keynote speaker was a congressman, and I don't remember his name. He'd just been in the House for a long time, and he was the chairman of the Armed Services Committee. And so he just spoke in behalf of Representative Chambliss and the importance of having him on board to be reelected due to our threats. But it had to do with the nuclear devices that was missing from the old Soviet Union, and it had gotten into terrorist hands, and it was, the emphasis was on the critical state that we face in this country. And he said we could lose tens of millions of people in the next decade, and he used those terms, due to a nuclear strike on U.S. soil. And I was sitting there, and it became very clear to me that that could very well explain why just weeks, I mean, could be 2 to 3 weeks prior to that meeting, that I had stumbled upon these, at that time, 125,000 disposable liners or caskets or coffins or whatever that could be termed as in that soybean field in Madison, Georgia.
Now what we've just seen is one United States city outside, this is Atlanta, it has a metropolitan population area of roughly 4 million people. So this is one field outside of one U.S. city, and the brother of the man that owns this field, that the government is leasing this field from to store these disposable coffins, this brother was given 3 years to set up temporary morgues around the country. Now we found the website that we think these disposable coffins were made at, and we noticed that the lids that they're advertising on the website were rounded. But the lids, Hundreds of thousands of lids there. The lids we found, folks, were flat, and they were reinforced. You know what that could mean? You can stack them on top of each other. That's a lot neater to stack them in disposable coffins than what we saw after the tsunami, when we would see bulldozers digging holes and taking bodies and pushing bodies into holes. America can stomach this much better.
Okay, you guys, so you guys heard it first from the gentleman that actually went to the yard. He talked with the gentleman that owns the yard, his son, and I don't know if you guys peeped in the beginning, y'all seen that Masonic symbol. So I'm trying to tell you guys who run the world, who's behind everything, everybody starts off as a Mason. That's just what it is. So even though they may be in other factions, but everybody's first steps to whatever and is always through Masonry. Everything around this earth is Masonry. So if you guys are not hip, y'all ain't into it, y'all don't care, you know, hey, then maybe the truth just isn't for you, or what you believe to be the truth isn't for you. So I wanted to show you guys something that I found to be very meaningful, and my friend had actually sent me this, and I was like, okay, I'm loading it up right now, so if it does like start bursting out and talking like it's doing right now, I want to show you guys this video. And I want you guys to see, my brothers and sisters, that they're not just saying, oh, this is something in a general sense. This isn't anything in a general sense. This is something that they're talking about literal. Okay, they have the whole liners. We know what they're trying to do with us and our people. So we need to literally start preparing for what's getting ready to come. If we're not preparing for what's getting ready to come, then we are doomed. Seriously. And if we're not actually seeking the truth, we're not caring to repent, we don't feel that anything that we are doing right now is wrong, then you're already starting off on the wrong foot. Like I said, hey, some truths aren't for everybody. Everybody want to claim to be real, but when it's time to talk about real stuff, everybody go and run. Everybody go and have other things that they feel that is a lot more important to deal with in life. And it's like, you care more about the money than your soul, then that's the route that it is, you know, because money is the root to all evil. This is something that even bad people quote time and over again. So if you still do not believe that these liners are set up for your doom, then guess what? Someone else is going to tell you the same thing. So once again, we're going to check out Richie from Boston, because he be going the fuck in about this fuck shit that going around here, okay? Because he know what his people is doing, okay? He knows exactly what his people is doing, you know? He know even his own people didn't dupe him. He's pissed. He's still pissed, but he is not stupid. Although, you know, regardless of how someone may say, oh, he's just fussing, he's ranting, he's doing this, oh, he's crazy. Hey, you guys, listen. Try to tell people all the time, the ones that everybody deem to be crazy tend to be the ones to tell the truth. So with all of that being said, you guys can go right on ahead and check it out and see what Richie has to say. It's funny, but it's true.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 30th or the 31st. It's Friday. How's that? It's Friday. And you can probably tell by the background. Hey, check this out. The sky's completely gray and overcast. Now, a neighbor I had, around 12:30, we noticed the sun was out. So I pulled out my solar panels. I started making a video for solar panels and so forth. And in 10 minutes flat, a complete and total gray out. Completely and totally gray. Now, I may or may not have told you, but my father has built weather stations, and we have a weather station that's alerting us for Sunday. At around noontime, we're going to have a thunderstorm. Now, traditionally, thunderstorms happen only in the summer, when really, really hot, wet air bumps into much cooler air. It creates a thunderstorm, and it's usually not something you'd predict down the road. You'd say rain or storms or whatever, but This is the new world order we're living in. So now, on a day where it's going to be 45 degrees, tops, we're going to have thunderstorms. And they've been predicting it for 4 days in advance. So the question I'm posing is, what are these guys really doing? I know I swore a few times in a live stream, and I've told you dozens of times, I swear like a freight train. It's a bad habit. I've been doing it since I was a kid. It's how I talk. I get easily excited, all right? But when I make videos, I can contain myself. There's a thing called editing. I can refrain for 8 to 12 minutes because I know I have a lot of people out there like Mimi Praise. And swearing is just something she doesn't need to hear. I'm a Christian. I hit my knees every single solitary day and night asking for forgiveness, asking for guidance, that I guide and I show you guys what it is you need to see. For better or for worse, that's where it's at. So there's that. At any rate, we have a thunderstorm coming in December. Well, it's cold out. That makes no sense whatsoever at all. But you know what I bet does make sense? Seeing how the International Journal of Science decided to, on the 27th of November, to reveal that Harvard University and Dr. David Keith and his minions were going to begin testing the atmosphere to block out the sun, to cool the earth down, to save us all for global warming. Well, in some of this testing, is it going to be particles or nanoparticulates they're going to release in the atmosphere? They're going to cause thunder and lightning type effects? Do you see what I'm saying? An hour ago, we got a warning that there was an earthquake in Alaska and that there were tsunami warnings. I'm getting emails from subscribers in Australia, thank you by the way, talking about wildfires that are in the same locale as California. They're on the coast, they're the same type of areas, and they just came out of nowhere and they're burning. Mike Morales' YouTube channel pulled up plasma waves that appear to be running through Australia, and then magically all of a sudden there's fire. They are doing this. They're making their move. They're going to use the weather because you can't you can't point a finger unless you decide to listen to what we've been telling you for years. Because how come everything that we've been telling you for years is suddenly coming to fruition? Do you see what I'm saying? Once they go down this path, there's no unringing this bell. Why did it take all this time? Because it takes a long time to take over the entire world. Remember, these elitists, all these people, all these presidents that can all be linked back to Vlad the Impaler and to the King of England, these people forever, for time immemorial, ruled over others. They considered themselves kings and queens and emperors and so forth and so on. We're only separated from that for a couple of 100 years because it was always like that. This is their bloodline. When you're a person like George Herbert Walker Bush and you talk about your grandfather, like you and I talk about my grandfather. He was a police officer in Lynn. He was a phenomenal father. He was a Bronze Star winner in World War II. He jumped on D-Day. He saved other men whose parachutes got full of water. My father won all sorts of medals and such, but he doesn't talk about it in Vietnam. Do you see what I'm saying? When I talk about my father's got a few issues, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? But when I talk about them, I don't say, remember the time my grandfather used to rule over this entire area and he gained control by killing people and burning places down, and this is what they are. This is what they do. They allowed us a certain amount of freedom over the last couple of hundred years because they needed to get to where we are now. They needed the technology, they needed the military, and they needed the mindset. They needed to trick people who think they're so friggin' educated that they don't even realize they're enslaved. They don't even realize they're enslaved. They give you sports to keep you entertained. Who owns the sporting teams? They do. They give you beer to keep you drunk. Who owns the beer companies? They do. They give you television and movies and everything else and music to keep you entertained. Who owns all that? They do. take everything I just said. Stop drinking, stop watching sports, throw your fucking TV in the barrel, and wake up. Because this has begun. 2018, indeed, breaks down to 9/11, and we weren't wrong. It is happening. If you don't understand it, great. Move on with your life, but leave us alone because we're trying to save what we can. Wake up who we can before it's all out of time. That's just all there is to it. Richie from Boston.
Okay, so like I said, when I'm talking, I don't be making this stuff up, okay? I am not the only person talking about this stuff that's happening around the earth itself. Who owns, who runs, and who wants to do what to you, okay? I'm not making it up. He's not making it up. Neither is the gentleman that I played prior to Richie is not making this stuff up. The scriptures, for damn sure, ain't making it up because the scriptures has already been issued and said first. I don't care what year y'all want to say, oh, well, it's just recent. They changed this and that. You show me what they changed that ain't happening. And then we can talk or have a debate for that matter, okay? You know, whew, it's just like trying to talk to a lot of hard-headed ass people who really just do not see things for what they are. And a lot of people know I've been telling y'all to look at them skies for a few years now, okay? Now, I ain't been awoke like a lot of people. We all waking up in our own time. But like I said, you know, if your people is waking up, so are the enemies waking up, okay? And they know exactly what role they want to play. You know, I thought about this one guy that was talking about some stuff, but maybe I might save it for the next video. But this one I'm throwing in here, and then there's another video I want to show you, and also some biblical scriptures that's going to back all of this up. So, we're going to get into all of this tonight, and like I said, I'm going to try to be as brief as I possibly can, even though we know that's not going to be fully true, because it's like it's kind of hard, you know what I mean, not to carry out minutes. We don't have enough time in the day. So, it's a lot of things that need to be discussed. That's why I said it's going to be a part 2 to this. And after that, you know, we're going to move on. Things are starting more and more. You're going to start opening up your eyes and realizing like, holy crap, this is actually taking place. I see it. So that's my job. That's what I'm here to do. This is not about, oh, well, I thought of it first. No, I did not. For the record, okay? I am not Miss Know-It-All. I had to learn as well, okay? I had to start to apply things and be like, if the only thing you do not know how to resort back to is what you need to resort back to. Stay the fuck out the way and get hip. And you know how you're going to get hip? Is by reading the scriptures, because the scriptures are telling you the truth, okay? The power has already been here, but now they have the authority now to wreak havoc. And, you know, they've been talking about this for some time, since George H.W. Bush. He's really been the biggest advocator of the New World Order, more than anybody else. So, you don't believe me, once again, I can't tell you, okay? I don't know what to tell you. I seriously don't. But I do want to show you guys something that is very powerful. A friend of mine sent this to me, and I'm like, man, that's deep. That is exactly what's going on with our black brothers and sisters today. And it's just like, y'all feel like y'all can beat the system. And it's like the system is already designed to be against you, so I don't even understand, how do you think you're going to win that on your own? So, let's get into this, all right? Let you guys see this video. All right, you guys.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do at this point will not really matter because your skin color has already confessed to the crime. All right. You have the right to an attorney who will try his hardest to see that justice is served, but a jury of your peers, aka our attorneys, will have him outmatched 12-1. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you free of charge because he is also on our payroll. Do you understand these rights as they have been read to you? Whoa, 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 don't move. I see you reaching for your 9mm wallet. I see you reaching for your 38 caliber inhaler. Whoa, I said don't move. Stop breathing. You're puffing up your chest. I feel threatened. Stop resisting arrest. Is that a weapon? Lay down. No, 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 no. Face down. No, no, no. Face ground. Bang. Pow. Oops, I did it again. I'm a pop star. No, I'm a pop star. No, I'm a cop star. No, by the time I get back to the precinct, I will be a rock star. Clap for 'em. I have more trophies with black names on them than BET award winners. Clap for 'em. I will probably be honored at the NYPD award dinner. Clap for 'em. They are going to throw me a parade. Clap for 'em, because when I clap for 'em, they go to the grave. Black boys' cries fall on deaf white ears. Black mothers' tears keep graveyard grass green. Black mothers' tears keep graveyard grass green. And black men's bones are the gavel with which judges finalize false convictions. Wake up, black boys. It's time to declare war. I wonder if Trayvon Martin's mother, how she feels that her son is a household name and he is not a household body. I wonder if Freddie Gray's family can still say grace over their food even though their prayers could not stop the thief that robbed him of his last breath. I wonder when Tamir Rice died playing cops and robbers if he still saw the former more innocent than the latter. I wonder if black women feel closer to God because they're steady having to lay to rest their only begotten sons. I wonder if black people's skin got darker because we're closer to the sun, then how many years will it take us to grow bulletproof skin because we're closer to the guns? I wonder if black people's skin got darker because we're closer to the sun, how many years it will take us to grow bulletproof skin because we're closer to the guns. I'm tired. I'm tired of going to funerals where babies are being buried in boxes bigger than the ones they used to put their toys in. I'm tired of not being able to say, see you later to my friends. We're steady practicing our goodbye words to each other. I'm tired of not being able to tell my girlfriend, let's wait until we're married. I'm scared she will walk down the aisle and see me in a box before she sees me in a tuxedo. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired because I'm forced to stay woke in a society whose laws are written as lullabies to black people. I'm tired. I'm tired. I wonder if America will be alarmed when she wakes up and sees black folk ain't sleeping no more because the American dream is the African American nightmare. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired because I'm forced to stay woke. And if I finally go to sleep, I might stay asleep forever.
Boy, it wasn't that heavy and deep, okay? Shout out to my homeboy T for sending me that. I don't be on Facebook like that, but when I do, people know. If y'all hit me up, I don't be in my messenger like that at all. If y'all send me friend requests, I mean, shit, I don't know. I mean, I try. I just got to be a connection, somebody, you know. You can't be. That's a very personal thing for all black brothers and sisters that is here on this continent. And we know those who know, because we all don't know. And that's why I'm here, and there are others that are here to show you the way. And I know it's a lot easier to see what someone has to say, what they have to offer. And literally, I prayed to Yah so many times before I even started doing videos. And I asked, like, please don't let me misguide anybody. And I know I've made my mistakes in the past because I've, too, been deceived. But for a very short time. Because, see, I'm a person that I don't take people off face value. Now, yeah, you may have something that has been said, and that is something that may have been documented that you talked about. But the thing is, if those things are not, if those things are not backed up by the holy biblical scriptures, and I'm not just talking about the Bible for the record, there are other scriptures that are not added in the Bible. They took them out, okay? Anybody wants to know about that, You need to go and find out about the Council of Nicaea, okay? That was our black people who did that, okay? They started all this bullshit. They gave you the power, handed it right the fuck on over. But this time, knowingly, you know, like, hey, we ain't gonna let them know X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z, you know, or ABC and X, Y, and Z. Let's just say that, you know. They gave us their own spin, and then when you constantly keep getting scribes, this is why the scriptures say beware of scribes, okay? And that's even subscribing to people. It's the same shit, y'all. Like, it's running hand in hand. It's not the same action, no. But it's done differently. It's an action, but it's just a different form of an action. And so I just want you guys to understand that first and foremost. You know, I'm not in the business to try to deceive nobody. I don't want anything from nobody. You know, I'm doing my best to build my channel. You know, I'm here for a genuine purpose. I'm not here for views and likes and popularity and trending and who can get the most money out of folks and stuff like that. We're not in church no more, so that's the last thing, if anything. Now, in the future, in the process of me building my channel, there may come a time where, you know, if people feel generous enough to want to donate to the channel being built to further my research and be able to get certain software to bring this information to you guys in a better way, whatever, you know, but probably by the time, or if anything, you know what I mean, Yah always provides a way. That's why, you know, initially this is just like what it is, you know. We need to be really about that, because if we could throw money up in the strip clubs, you can for dang gone sure, you know, throw money up for your dang gone salvation. And I ain't talking about for me. I'm just saying some things you really have to go and purchase in order for you to find out. So that's what I'm saying. If you got the money and time to do all of those things, then you for damn sure can invest into your own soul, you know. It's literature out here that costs some freaking money, you know. So you guys, let's just, you know, get serious here now. We know that we're here to talk about this depopulation. We know what's happening with our black brothers and sisters, but there are also things that are happening on the continent of Africa as well. And I have not done much of covering about that. And I have been, you know, keeping a close eye on those that are reporting about it. And just trying to bring it to you guys how I do now. For those who are subscribed to my channel, who are on like my Instagram or Facebook and stuff like that, then you know I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it, you know. I ain't got to always come on here and do a video and stuff like that. Y'all already know the direction I've been going in. Y'all been on my stuff for years, so y'all have an idea of what my channel is all about. So, this ain't nothing that's to be made up. This is just so that I can bring everything that I was saying at one time to you guys collectively all at once, and you guys can get it. So that is the whole purpose of this, you know, for you guys to further understand. You know, I mean, it takes a lot to post a picture, put up a comment, versus bringing everything to you. But yes, they're trying to destroy us intentionally. This is not by accident. This is not by mistake. There are a lot of things that are happening here on the continent of Africa and every four corner that our brothers and sisters are dealing with. And, you know, we got popular people such as Bill Gates, who I believe is a terrorist. That's just my opinion. You know, you can believe what you want to believe. You could be fascinated at the fact that he's got some money, you know. But other than that, you know, this man has been into biology quite heavy. And in the midst of his biology research and vaccines, this is the stuff that has been doping our kids up. Like I said, it's definitely going to be a part 2 to this. But I'm going to cover one more video. But I am going to read this news article to you. We're going to jump into some scriptures and one more video. And then we're going to... you know, have a better understanding of what's being discussed here tonight or today or in the evening, whenever you look at this video. But make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think, tell me what you know, fill me in. I don't know everything. Send the info my way, okay? So, without further ado, let's get into this this news article I want to cover and talk to you guys about. I'm going to briefly read it, but you guys will see. All right, check this out. All right, let's get into it, you guys. So, you guys see here is the Telegraph News Science. I hope you guys can see my cursor there. Bill Gates' terrorists could wipe out 30 million people by weaponizing a disease such as smallpox. So, if you guys don't know who that motherfucker is, that's that motherfucker right there, okay? Now, I want you guys to know where he is popularly, such as places like Africa, okay? That is like the main continent that him and all of his cousins and brothers and sisters through genetics, okay? These guys have been working very heavy to wipe out the blacks of all countries on Africa, in Africa, on the continent of Africa, however you want to phrase that, okay? These assholes, he has a biometric attack which could wipe out 30 million people, is becoming increasingly likely because it is easier than ever to create a spread deadly pathogens. Bill Gates was warned. Now, true enough, yeah, he's been warned. Of course he knows, okay? He's the motherfucker that's the founder of the Microsoft founder. You know, the shit we all use and shit for the web and everything. You know, these are the motherfuckers that own it and knows what the fuck is on it, okay? So, the founder of Microsoft, who was speaking before a speech at the Royal United Service Institute in London, RUSI, aka, warned that an outbreak of a lethal respiratory virus such as smallpox would be more dangerous than ever, more dangerous than even a nuclear attack, of course. Because all you gotta do is touch a motherfucker and then bam, they got it. Y'all know about people who had chicken pox back in the day. It's that fucking contagious. And if somebody just has like a small outbreak on them and they are people who do not understand biology, anything on the levels of the medical field, meaning not the occupation of doing the action, but understanding what the fuck you can come in contact with, diseases and things of that nature, deadly things of that nature, before you get the opportunity to even understand what the fuck your name is, okay? Mr. Gates, whose charitable foundation funds, by the way, those who are funding his foundation knows what the fuck he's trying to do, okay? His foundation funds research into quickly spotting outbreaks, said it was more important than ever to help foreign countries, who's the foreign country outside of the United States? Because I know this motherfucker is in the United States. And yeah, he may be from somewhere else. He may be of some other nation. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. I know. I don't need motherfuckers to come on here and be like, oh, well, really? He's from Germany and he's this and that. So he just did. Shut up, okay? That motherfucker spending US dollars. That motherfucker put shit here in the United States. That motherfucker live here in the United States. So I'm not trying to hear none of that extra rah-rah crap, okay? Let's really get beyond that, okay? We know this man is a Westerner, okay? That's the point. Now, people funding this research into quickly spotting outbreaks said it was more important than ever to help foreign countries, such as Africa, monitor diseases to prevent a global tragedy. Do you see how the enemy is trying to trick the people on the continent of Africa or even everybody else? And you know the trick. Y'all know the trick. You know what the trick is? It is, oh, well, we got to give you guys a vaccination so that you guys don't get sick. Well, newsflash. They put the shit in you. Okay? It's already there. You know how your body will already automatically have cancerous cells? Well, in case you guys didn't know that, that's very true. Everybody has cancer, whether it's active or it isn't active. And that all factors in on what you put in your body, okay? So if you're eating a bunch of bullshit drinking a bunch of bullshit, and you feel you woke up, you alive today, you sound like the fools that Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden when Satan tricked their ass too and did the same shit this motherfucker is doing and said, oh, you eat from the tree and you shall surely die. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they didn't die right away, but they kept on motherfucking dealing with that motherfucker. And then they ass got kicked the fuck out the Garden of Eden. Okay? Bioterrorism is a much larger risk than a pandemic, he said. All these advances in biology have made it far easier, for a terrorist to recreate smallpox. Recreate? Okay, right. Which is a highly fatal pathogen. Okay? When I say the locust is coming back, they're fucking coming back, okay? And I had a dream that I'm going to do a video on, and I'm going to show you guys everything I'm reading here. Yah gave me a vision last night. I literally woke up in sweats. It was mad creepy, and it made no sense. But thank Yah that he has been here guiding and leading me. So, I know what I'm bringing you guys. I'm not making this up because it's here. I'm reading things. I'm not just ranting anymore like most people always thought I was doing on, like, you know, the other social media sites. Blah. Where there is essentially no immunity remaining at this point. So they're going to destroy you from the inside. You would have to ingest or take something. But either way it goes, it's recreated, and they have to get it back in your body. And this motherfucker is a part of biogenetics, like I've been saying, and that is the vaccines that we give our kids. And now you got all these black folks out here retarded as hell on fucking purpose, and it ain't really them. They going fucking haywire. You know, they have interfered with the genetic chromosome of our natural existence in this physical shell. When you are thinking about things that could cause in excess of 10 million deaths, that's why they have all those goddamn liners. And that was then. We don't know what or how many they got now. Okay? Even something tragic like a nuclear weapons incident wouldn't get to that level. So the greater risk is from a natural epidemic or an intentional caused infection, bioterrorism events. Rather, the next epidemic is unleashed by a quirk of nature or the hand of terrorists. Why in the fuck would they talk about some damn quirk of nature? What have I been showing y'all about what they've been doing? Okay? But all of this has been ordered from the Most High Yah. He makes everything happen. I'm telling you who he makes do things, okay? And I'm about to show y'all how he not playing with y'all. He letting them do it. I already read the first scripture. He gave them power to do this. Be warned. This is going to go down. I'm going to show you. I had a dream about this. This is definitely going to go down. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but I will be talking about it very, very soon. Okay? So I can show you guys. I got it just last night. I woke up in fucking sweats, and I had to literally, I immediately, soon as I woke up, I told the dream to my fiance, and then next thing I know, I was freaking out. I went back to sleep after Yah had showed me what he needed to show me, told me what to write down, told me everything I needed to do as far as showing you guys that the end is here. And it's going to come a lot faster than y'all think. Y'all think y'all got another 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah, okay, dream on if you think you do. Yeah, I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I got years. Okay. The time is ticking right now. Now, I'm telling you guys, this is about to go down. Whether the next epidemic is unleashed by a quirk of nature, like I said, or the hand of terrorists. We've been seeing that already. These are the wars and rumors of wars. Scientists say a fast-moving airborne pathogen could kill more than 30 million people in less than a year. Now, you already know how they're already testing the skies. Richie from Boston just showed y'all gray-ass skies, the very shit while they was praying. I showed you guys this. People who's already been on my social media pages know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, I've been showing you guys this also for years before I had ran across him. And I'm like, why are they, what the f is that coming out the sky, you know? And I'm seeing an airplane trailing it. And I'm like, And so that's when I found out about it being chemtrails, because I've always seen it in the 90s, me and my sister back in the day. And we used to just think that in the Looney Tunes, you know how they used to do those little scenes where the airplane be flying and they want to say little words and stuff like that. We thought it was some shit like that. We thought it was pretty cool. Or we thought it was rockets going up outer space. That's what we always thought. We had no idea that it was chemtrails up until this point now. So they have been spraying since the 90s, for the record. And my sister, if she was here, she would be on account and tell you, yes, we used to see that shit. So if you guys probably do some research, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all found some shit back in the 90s. I'm just going to tell y'all that none. Okay? So, so the world does need to think about this. I'm glad they finished my statement off with that. Last year, the Nuffield Council of Biogenetics warned that garage scientists could unleash dangerous genetically modified organisms into the environment using unregulated technology, which is already available online. Everything is online, like I told y'all. Y'all motherfuckers just feel like it's cheesy to check into it because y'all think everybody lying online. Okay. Chemistry kits, which allow genetic editing, can already be bought online for under 100 euros. Scientists are concerned that a new technique called CRISPR is now so cheap and widely available that amateurs will start experimenting at home or in school labs. They're lying, but we're going to keep going. I'm not saying that the possibility isn't there, but I mean, they would have to understand. I don't believe schools. I mean, the way they be on everybody, if your school ain't even, if your child not even in school, they already on your head like, oh, they missed the day. So let alone you think they're going to bring some shit in like this, and then a kid mishandle it the wrong way and the whole class school get infected? I don't think so. So anywho, the technique works like genetic, unless the government's behind it. But anywho, the technique works like genetic scissors to cut away DNA code and replace it with new genes. Now, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to come back to this, but I'm going to highlight this section. I want you guys to see that. It has been hailed as one of the most significant scientist breakthroughs in years, but there are fears that in the wrong hands, the procedure could unleash dangerous strains of bacteria or other organisms. Kits to make E. coli resistant to antibiotics are already for sale on the internet. Now, that is Ebola. That's the strand. That's what it looks like under a microscope. Mr. Gates said that today's widespread global travel means that a future pandemic could even be more deadly than the Spanish flu outbreak in 1919, which killed up to 100 million people. Now, I want to jump over to something very interesting, you guys. Remember, I told y'all, hold on to this. The technique works like genetic scissors to cut away DNA code and replace it with new genes. So I want you guys to check out what the CDC got to say. I'm going to let that, okay? So I told y'all, this has to come, it has to go into your body. Somehow. It just has to. That's just how it works. So, let's see what the zombie preparedness is about. This is their official website. As you can see right up here. Not making this shit up. Zombie preparedness. Wonder why zombies? Zombie apocalypse. And zombie preparedness continue to live or walk dead on a CDC website. As it turns out, what first began as a tongue-in-cheek campaign to engage new audiences with preparedness messages. What did they just say? Let's see here. Campaign to engage new audiences with prepared messages has proven to be a very effective platform. What the fuck I tell y'all about Hollywood? What did I tell y'all about Hollywood? I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I can for damn sure know that I told y'all that they leave messages for everybody. to see. Okay? We continue to reach and engage a wide variety of audiences on all hazard preparedness via zombie preparedness. Now, let's see here. Perhaps this. Could it perhaps be The Walking Dead? Things like that of that nature? Well, is there a new document? Well, okay, they just showing little videos here. You know, this is where you see this type of stuff going on. Now, I have never seen this at all. So I can't tell you what the show is about to a certain degree as far as characters and who did what. And this is what they have. They had a whole lot more when I first looked at this. Well, let's see. The neighborly thing to do. States helping states during disasters. Let's see here. I'm just being curious some more now, seeing what they got on here right now. Emergency Operations Center, state and local readiness. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Strategic National Stockpile, select agents and toxins. Emergency preparedness and response. We're going to touch on some interesting stuff here, but I know y'all know that look familiar. You know, the freak accident, you know, that they were just talking about in the previous article. Not this guy. Bam. Here we go. The technique works like genetics, so as to cut away DNA code and replace it with new genes. When you are doing drugs, when you are allowing drugs, and you're eating modified foods intentionally, carelessly, you don't detox, you don't do anything to take care of your health, body and mind, spirit, or soul, whatever it is that you call it. If you're not doing any of those things and you gives no fucks, please understand that this is waiting for you. No, you can't be able to find everything that's organic. That's true. But I know they do a lot of lying, but you just have to be a lot more conscious about your diet, your intake, your health, everything. And you have to be sober-minded. This is not about necessarily alcohol. This is necessarily about seeing things one way. You have to get on the path of seeing things one way. When you're seeing things multiple ways, you are easily to be deceived. So I hope that sinks in. And let's get into some biblical scriptures. All right, brothers and sisters, let's get into Daniel chapter 2 and 28. And it says, but there is a God. Let's see who that is. Allah. Now this is Chaldee corresponding to who they call God. Let's check into it, okay? And what it says here, Eloi, okay? Second form is rare, and it's still saying that it is a deity or the deity of God. Let's see. Elohim. It's a deity of God. So, but there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the vision of thy head upon thy bed are these. So, we are going to jump from that to help you understand when I say God Elohim, for those who may be new to my channel or may take a look and be like, well, what does she mean by Elohim? Elohim, we're going to Genesis chapter 4 and 1 and 2. I'm sorry, we're going to go to chapter 1 and 26. So you guys can understand. All right. This is who Elohim is. This is the creation story, ladies and gentlemen. The very first creation story. Genesis 1 and 26. And it says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. So you guys have to understand the resemblance. the model, the shape, the fashion, the likeness, the manner, the similitude. Okay? Who is the image? Okay? Salem, it says a phantom, the illusion, the resemblance, a representative figure, especially an idol, an image, which is a vain show. They say here in God, who's doing all this? Elohim. Okay? God's in the ordinary sense, occasionally applied by way of difference to magistrates, angels, lowercase gods and goddesses, very great, and judges. Okay, you guys? So, the fallen angels is who started all of this. Okay? That's who came down here and did all of this. So, when I go to Daniel chapter 2 and 28, now you guys have an idea of the God. Now, it's not the fallen angels necessarily, because they come from the Elohim, meaning that it's a hive of them. You have your benevolent and your malevolent, okay? These are the good guys here, okay? That is working on Yah's behalf to reveal something to Nebuchadnezzar. And it says, what shall be in the latter days. So, now that we got that understood, we're going to jump over to Revelation chapter 9 and 6. 9 and 6. All right. I'm sorry. I did that 9. Boom. Here we go. Let's go down to 6. I passed it. Sorry. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Now let's back it up so we can get a clear understanding on what's going on here. So what we're going to do, start at 9 and 1, because that's what the dream was being revealed to Nebuchadnezzar, the end days. And it says here, and the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star. What is that star? Okay, saying a star over the sky, literally or figuratively. See, I didn't highlight anything here. Certain tense probably aching, through the idea of positioning to strew, that is spread or as a carpet or a couch, make bed, furnish, spread, strew. So let's go further, because we know that's what the heavens look like when you see it stretched across. It's like a bed of stars. Stiff, that is solid. We know that's a solid up there. Stable, is sitting still. Steadfast, strong, and sure. So these stars that you see in the heavens fell from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. So one of those entities are going to come. And we have been seeing a lot of that happening lately. Lots. Even here in the state of Michigan, we have seen it, ladies and gentlemen. We have had a meteorite, which is a star that fell. Okay? And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. We know that is like seeing all these volcanoes erupting. When that stardom rocket, I mean not rockets, but those meteorites or whatever they want to call it. I believe those are stars falling from the sky. They just call them meteorites because they just still want to hang on to this whole outer space theory and stuff like that or whatever. But at the same time, if it ain't hailstones, then that means it's a star. Okay, flat out. And the scriptures have already told us that they were going to come falling in the last days. If you guys know your scriptures, okay? This is why I encourage everybody to crack your Bibles. You will understand what the fuck is going on around here on this earth if you just read. But that's what I'm here for, because I got a big ass mouth and I don't mind reading. So, with that being said, let's continue. Said, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Didn't I show you guys the videos about what's happening in, I've been talking about California. That's been going on also. But just this recent video I did about Australia. Yeah, shit like that. You know, imagine if a star came down and instead of everybody finding out its location in Atlanta, perhaps it could have fell into the volcanoes and boom, they dropping in there. You know, you got to remember, y'all got to factor in CERN with all this. Trust me, Everything is running hand in hand. Exactly. They're going to do exactly what the Most High Yah said. Y'all think, oh, well, it ain't him doing it. It's the government. Well, who is Satan over? The government. Who is Satan under? Yah. So if y'all giving him order, it's like he's the middleman passing it down and making their ass do it. And their ass is going to pay for that shit down the line. So, let's go into Job. Let's do Job. Okay, y'all? Let's go up to Job. Okay, we're going to go to chapter 10, verse 15. Okay, it says, If I be wicked, woe unto me, and if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion, therefore see thou mine affliction. So, if I be wicked, what do they consider to be wicked here? Okay? Casually do or declare wrong. So if you casually go around declaring what you feel is what you want to do, that you know is fucking wrong, but you so proud to declare that you're doing wrong, you know, if you're casually going about in the action of it or you're speaking about it, that's what that's saying. To disturb people, to violate people, to condemn people when you know you're doing the same damn thing. Making trouble with people, vexing people, being commit, dealing, depart, do wickedly in wickedness. You. So, woe unto you. Okay? And that word also is alas. So anybody that wanted to know what alas means, that means woe. Okay? It says rather identical with. So we're going to go through the idea invocation or bewailing in Lamech. So for those who don't understand those things, here we are in Allah. To curse and swear. Do y'all understand y'all be cursing and swearing on y'all own selves? Y'all do this shit all the damn time and I just be looking at y'all. Especially when I hear a lot of y'all call each other bitches. That's the fucking worst shit. Because then you notice y'all behave like bad, disobedient bitches. Pregnant and all. So it says, woe unto me, if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. So, what's righteous? Zadok. It says to cleanse, to clear self, to be clear, to do justice, to justify itself, be turned to righteousness. Someone who's renewing themselves, someone who gives a damn about where their soul is going. You know, you guys have to understand what is going on this planet, how you guys are treating one another. You know, y'all did say love thy neighbor. Your neighbor is your own kindred. You got to love them first because we are connected. We are your first neighbor, okay? If you don't love yourself and what you come from, you're not going to love anything else. And this is why you got a lot of people that's selfish as fuck and they're like self-absorbed all the fucking time and they feel like they can't trust anybody because they're wicked and they don't trust anybody and they have not cleansed themselves, because you shouldn't go through life feeling that fucking paranoid about people when you should already know who to stay the fuck away from. But I bet you if you were cleansed, clear, and you were justice, you gave justice, meaning you were fair and you were justifiable because you repented, and it's clear righteousness, knowing that you're doing what's right. Said, yet will I not lift up my head in the resurrection. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what he's talking about. Even if they do get killed, the body did. But this body is still going to be anchored to this earth. So you can't save it. Only thing you got to do is protect your soul. And aware and make people aware. I am full of confusion. Therefore, see thou my affliction. If you are a confused person, what does it say? A disgrace. A dishonorable person. You are always in shame. You're doing fucked up, wicked shit. Okay? People will despise. Yah is going to despise you. He already despises you. You're vile. Okay? That's what that means. Confusion. Even though I didn't even highlight that, but see how this is here in the Bible so many times. 6 more times. So, I found this somewhere else. And it's still coinciding with what this is saying. It's telling you what it is. So, with that being said, let's go down to Isaiah. Let's find Isaiah, you guys. I feel like I went there. We go. Boom. 3 and 9. All right. The shew of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have reward evil unto themselves. So, those who practice sodomy, okay? It's a location, but it says here from an unused root, meaning to scorch. Yeah, that's gonna be y'all whole that's gonna be y'all destiny. And that's what happened in Sodom with the acts of sodomy. Okay? Burnt. That's what's gonna happen. That is volcanic, or to what's this? Bituminous district, Sedum, a place near the Dead Sea, Sodom. Okay? They said volcanic. Didn't I just tell y'all about these volcanoes? These volcanoes is terraforming. They are setting up for the lake of hell. Here it is in the scriptures, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't even got this highlighted. Y'all gave me scriptures. I haven't highlighted everything. When he said go for it, he got confidence in me. I got confidence in him. And here it is right here. Let me make sure that get highlighted real good, okay? So you can see. Told y'all. See, I don't be making this up. Just make sure I give everything that. Okay? It said they're sin as Sodom. Sodom was a sinful city. Was a lot of homosexuality going on. A lot of wickedness. Overall wickedness, you guys. It wasn't just about the act of sex. They were conning people, stripping people of their resources, you know, taking things from them, leaving them hungry and poor, dying out from thirst. They wouldn't take care of the poor. They wouldn't do anything. But they just, you know, they did a whole bunch of stuff and they knew what they were doing. Like I said, back in Revelation 9 and 6. And that's what's going down. So from 3 and 9, let's go down to 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. So I'm going to show y'all in my dream. I am not making this up. I already got it already ready. I'm going to be doing a recording after this one. And yeah, it's backing up exactly this. And I've had this video on my hands for like over a month now. And I have not been able to get to doing this depopulation because I've been spiritually led to do other things. But now it's like really about to flow so seriously because I see why now y'all had allowed me to do this video at this time, because he had to show me and give me confirmation. And I asked him. So now I got my answer. It's ready to go. Let's go into Isaiah 5 and 8. What else is to come? Woe to the wicked. Okay? We're going to talk about from 5 and 8 to 11. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be now no place that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Till. Remember that word till, y'all. Who was the tiller? Let's see. Used as a preposition, adverb, or a conjunction, especially with a preposition as far or long or much as, rather, of space, even unto, or time, during, while, until, degree, equally with, you know, a bunch of, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Okay? World without end. That's something that they promising us. Lasting more. This is what they're promising you. That you're going to rule. See, the word till, let me show you back in Genesis 4 and 1. Okay? First. We're going to go to Genesis 4 and 1. We're going to come right back to this. I want to show you who the original tiller is and where they learned this game from. They learned it from their motherfucking daddy, okay? 4 and 1. Okay? Let's go to 2. Okay? And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was the keeper of the sheep, and Cain was the tiller. You see? An enslaver, keep in bondage, a bondman, bond service. Keep laboring a man, using him for service and transgression, and they worship after. Whoo, I don't know how, and this is written in here 288 times. He's the original tiller. So when you got scriptures like Isaiah, I pass it. There we go. Words so little. I need to blow up my words, my lettering. Isaiah 5 and 8. When we got passages like 5 and 8, it's not talking about Cain necessarily, but a descendant. Someone who is spiritually like-minded like him. His motherfucking daddy. Okay? 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join the house to house, that lay the field to field, till there be no place, till there be no place that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. And mine ears, and this is not talking about tilling, but it's just saying the field to field part. And it just stood out, till. We know who the first tiller is from field to field, who own everything from field to field, okay? The ground, the land, the soil, okay? So let's be clear, okay? To field and field, same thing. There be not a place, no place in the that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. And mine ears said the Lord, who? Yahuwah. Yahuwah. Here's your King James telling you the Creator's name. Huh? Now, thank you, Father, for helping me confirm that and know that I got the correct name. And that was something that I made sure that was my mission to do. Okay. Lord of who? The host. Okay. A mass of persons or figurative things, especially regularly organized for war and army. Now, I got some interesting stuff to spill for y'all in Genesis. Okay. Because y'all set up shop for war. I told y'all this in some of my earlier videos. So here you guys see it again. Regularly organized for war. That is the Elohim. The Elohim and army was set up when Satan and the fallen angels came down here. And some of them are actually bound in bodies. By implication, a champion, literally or figuratively, specifically hardship, a worship. Who wanted to be worshipped? Who wanted to be worshipped, y'all? Appointed a time, an army, a battle. What battle are we getting ready to face, y'all? The host of how many people, y'all? Okay? It's an Elohim down here, a malevolent and a benevolent, you guys. It's two sides down here. Who's in service, a soldier waiting upon warfare. Warfare. This is why me, my godmama, my friend, we always be going into warfare time. We have to pray. We be at work, people be teasing us, people laugh, people say all kind of stuff about us. Now y'all see, this is why I be at work praying in there for a lot of my co-workers, because I know what's getting ready to come. And they can laugh, but they gonna those gonna wake up. Let's go down to 18, y'all. Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords. Remember, y'all, that discord conversation I had with y'all in some videos of vanity, okay? And sin, as it were, with a cart rope, okay? Woe unto them that draw iniquity. Perversity. That is moral evil. You morally are evil. Your morals are fucked up, people. People. You're at fault. Your iniquity, your mischief is going to be your punishment. Okay? It's a sin. See, I highlight these keywords. You know why I highlight these keywords? Because these keywords are something that is commonly spoken. People can clearly understand what's being said versus, you know, them hearing a word that they're not too familiar with. or understand for that matter. Okay, and they're with the cords of vanity. A rope as twisted. You're twisted with vanity. Twisted, especially a measuring line by implication in district or inheritance. You've inherited this because your parents teach you how to be fucking vain and stuck on your fucking self and tell you, oh, you look like this and that. You know, and you got people tearing you down because of your image. How you look. Or a noose, as of course, figuratively a company, as if tied together. You know, the motherfuckers who love to click the fuck up. That's what the fuck that means. And they're full of fucking vanity. Also a throne, especially a protrusion. Also ruin, band, cults, company, the company you keep. This is very important, you guys. Y'all gonna have to start cutting motherfuckers off. Okay? The country. The country has ways. You stuck to the country. You love this motherfucking country. It's all destruction. Everything you are connected to. Okay? I don't know how many ways we need to, you know, a snare. Ooh, that's a good one. Because that's exactly what this is. A fucking snare. All right? We doing some Bible study at the same time. To wind tightly as a rope. That is to bind. Someone has you bound up in mental slavery, ladies and gentlemen. Who are those people? Specifically by a plague. I'm so glad I ran across this. Thank the Most High, Yah. Thank you so much, Father. I'm looking at this, you guys, because this is a part of my dream. All of this. Figuratively, to pervert, destroy. Who wants to steal, kill, and destroy your body, you guys? Okay? Who want to do that? Who wants to do that to you? And he jumps from body to body. I had a dream about it, and it was so real. And it wasn't even in a way where if anybody had this type of dream, they'd be like, how did you get all of that out this dream? Literally, that's how you know the Most High Yah is with you. Okay? So, the cores, people who's connected to all these things of vanity. Okay, in the sense of desolating, evil, destructive. Evil as in destructive. Okay? That's what that's saying. Just that word alone. Literally a ruin or morally, especially guile. Figuratively idolatry. Now you guys see? This is idolatry also. Stuck on your fucking selves. Get the fuck off yourselves. You love yourself more than Yah. You love money more than Yah. Okay? You are falsely lying vain. Lying ass motherfucker. Full of vanity. You know, all y'all kind artists. Shout out to y'all kind artists. If y'all don't get y'all shit together, I already just showed y'all them volcanoes is setting up, like I've been saying, for the lake of fire. You can clearly see it's a whole lake of fire. And they all erupting everywhere. They on everybody's continent, and America's is getting ready. Don't get y'all twisted. He ain't playing with y'all. He not. Sorry. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, I'm not even fucking sorry. Told y'all either y'all gonna get with it or y'all gonna get lost. Literally. That's a literal statement. And it's a sin. We already been here about sin. It's an offense. You're offending the Most High Yah with all this bullshit y'all want to be on. This is what's happening. And the penalty or sacrifice for it. Y'all would rather deal with the penalty of things. Y'all would rather sacrifice yourself for these things than to just turn yourself over and repent. Just saying that I'm sorry and never doing it again seems to be so hard to do. Kataya. Kata'a. That is so easier to say than the words I say, like when you speak Hebrew. Kata'a. 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 Okay? An offense or a sacrifice for it. How many people in Hollywood is sacrificing for it? They're so vain. You're so vain. All you celebrities in the music industry and then on the TV motion screen, you know, your vanity is a sin offering, but not to the Most High Yah when they sacrifice their family members and friends. Be careful, okay? Because it's a sin, okay? They don't serve you or love you because of that. As it were, a cart rope, okay? We're going to go down to, continue on to 18. That's why I'm saying you can get a lot out of just reading one passage, you guys. And it says that say, let him make speed and hasten his work that we may see it. And let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come that we may know it. So all those who want to know about the Most High Yah, you need to get with wise counsel. You need to come close and listen. And it needs to be quick. Okay, that say, let him make speed and hasten his work that we may see it. Okay, I'm showing you guys. They're doing this real quick and they're showing you. And let the counsel of the Holy One, that's who tells me and others like me of Israel, he's telling everybody, Jews and Gentiles, draw nigh. And they're not Gentiles because of them being wicked, because you motherfuckers, my black brothers and sisters, are also Gentiles because you are wicked. You're equal to them. But genetically, they inherited a whole different bloodline, and that's why it's specified as that. But then Yah goes also further in the scripture and call them heathens and stuff like that. You'll have an idea, okay? But those who aren't, because I told you, Jew and Gentile also will be saved, and Jew and Gentile will also have the Spirit poured out on them. So it's not like, oh, I need to only listen to my black brothers and sisters. No. He talking to whoever he chooses. We don't have no say-so over that. It has nothing to do with how a motherfucker look. Y'all is not looking at the vanity like you guys are. About what a motherfucker is supposed to look like in order to give you a message for you to believe him. Your fake-ass pastor pimps, okay? It says here that say, let him make speed and hasten his work that we may see it, and let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it. And he is doing that. He is doing that right now. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You know, those who be like, what I'm doing is bad. Oh, why she doing that? She's so irritating. She thinks she know everything. She was just saying X, Y, and Z and this and that. Well, guess what? While you're judging me, you're still doing the same thing that you want to judge me for what I have done in the past that you don't know whether I have repented or not. Although I have nothing to prove to you guys than to say, if you don't stop judging the very thing that you do, you are damned for the lake of fire. You're looking at it. Every time they show y'all the motherfucking volcanoes, yep, that's going to be a lot of people's future if they don't wake the fuck up. Yeah, shit is real. Okay? Just because y'all want to be lazy and not look into what the word is actually saying, and y'all want to read surface words and just assume you know what that word means, okay, then you need to keep it moving. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. You know, the ones that, once again, like I said, that want to say what I'm doing, or what they think I'm doing, or what I have done, or what they may think they know that I have done. But they doing all the shit they accusing me of and say, well, why should I change if you doing it? You should change because you don't want to deal with this, not because of what I'm doing. Not because of what I'm doing or what you think I'm doing, okay? Because trust me, if I was doing something else and I was in the world, do you think I'd be sitting here doing these hour-long length plus videos? Absolutely not. Won't be happening. Okay? And prudent in their own sight. This is good in their sight. They enjoy doing this type of stuff, you know? So, I'm literally running on like end of time. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink. you know, those who drink to get drunk and y'all, you know, feel like y'all can handle it. So y'all do everything sinful. And it says here, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Y'all motherfuckers. To convince people that this word isn't real. And y'all motherfuckers be like, oh no, come fuck with me. I'm doing this and that over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, y'all get off of all these damn drugs and opioids. I got a lot of interesting shit to show y'all how y'all are getting caught up in so many snares. So if it's in y'all's will, I will be able to show you guys this stuff, okay? So we're going to go over to Isaiah 10 and 1. Okay? Says also here, woe unto them that decree unrighteousness, decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. How many times have we seen this happen in the unjusticeness of the justice system, okay? They write up all these decrees and unrighteousness. They give decrees, get people off, cops, stuff like that. Like I just showed y'all the video about the gentleman that was just talking about black awareness and what's happening. And they write all kind of grievousness, which they have prescribed. Let's just, you know, grievousness. Let's see. Toil, that is wearying effort. Hence, worry, whether of body or mind, grievance, grievousness, iniquity, labor, mischief, miserable, misery, pain, painful, preservedness, sorrow, toil, travail, trouble, wearisome, wickedness, and right wickedness, which they have prescribed. That's what they want. That's what they want. Let's go to it. To the grave. They want you to go to the fucking grave. They let you get off so you can go to the fucking grave. You feel like, oh, well, they got me innocent. I ain't got to repent. I got proven to be innocent. What I did was justice and right. Yep, they wrote your ass right to the fucking grave. They already signed your soul the fuck over. And you're going to be food for the locusts in the bottomless pit. By implication, the right, describe, inscribe, prescribe, and subscribe. What the fuck I tell y'all earlier about this shit? About who the hell y'all listening to? Or who y'all talking to? Or who y'all want to roll with? Or who y'all want to deal with? Right. Writing. And it's written. This for sure was written. Sure was prescribed. It's been prescribed. So, I'm going to stop it there. Because I can go on. And there's no need at this point to go on. Because I think you guys get an idea. So, let's get back into my final thoughts. Okay, you guys. So, we all know that Yah is not playing with any of us. And we need to get to a point where we need to start looking into the scriptures, finding the truth. Applying it to our reality. Because our reality is what benefits us, okay? It benefits us in a way where we have to identify the people that we are around, identify the issues that are taking place, because we know that they are playing a lot of games and a lot of tricks on us. And there are a lot of snares trapped for you guys. And they want to keep you in a place where you guys are today, to where you guys won't be able to differentiate from what's reality and what is fiction. And everything that you guys believe that is fiction is really your reality. So if we're not sticking together, we're not helping one another, we're not doing the things that are necessary for us to do, we are screwed, you guys. And that is collectively across the board, all human race, because yes, these people do have white privilege. Although that's their snare. They believe because they got off on some shit that they're safe. You're not safe because you have to answer our Father, okay? So until that point and until that day, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe and comment. Leave all your comments and everything. All y'all people that want to come with your negative naysaying and things like that, I do not care because I'm just going to laugh at your ass, okay? No false prophets this way. Okay, so take care of yourselves. I'm going to be dropping part 2 soon. I'm going to get into the next clipping, which is going to be talking about my dream, which is going to confirm about the depopulation. It's something that y'all gave me this morning. when I woke up, and I woke up drenched in sweat. So I will be talking to you guys, and make sure you be safe. Mwah.